is the Lenovo Legion T730 actually good for? Who should walk away? And does its price make sense for the average gamer, who just wants to hit the latest releases without breaking the bank? If you're on the fence, you probably wonder whether you're paying for hype, or for a machine that will actually handle 1440p and 4K titles for years to come. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When I first saw the Legion T730, the headline specs an Intel Core i9-9900K, 32GB of RAM, an RTX 2080, and a mix of SSD and HDD storage felt like a cheat code for a desktop that could stay relevant well beyond the next couple of game cycles. But the excitement quickly gave way to the kind of hesitation any buyer feels. A massive tower isn't something you just drop in a cramped apartment, the power draw is significant, and the price tag sits squarely in the premium zone. The real question is whether those high-end components translate into day-to-day value, or if you end up paying for a lot of power you'll never truly need. Let's start with the CPU. The 9th Gen i9-9900K still holds its own in most modern games, especially when paired with a strong GPU. In practice, that means you can push 1440p titles like Cyberpunk 2077 or Red Dead Redemption 2 with ultra settings while keeping frame rates above 60 frames per second, and you'll notice the extra cores when you stream on Twitch or run background recording software. For a creator gamer who wants to capture footage without dropping frames, that extra headroom is a genuine advantage. However, if you mainly stick to 1080p esports titles Fortnite, Valorant, League of Legends, the CPU's raw power becomes less noticeable. Those games are more GPU bound, and you could save a few $100s by stepping down to a Core i7 and still get the same experience. The RTX 2080 is the workhorse of the build. In real-world tests, it delivers smooth 4K performance in most current releases, though you'll need to dial settings down a notch for the most demanding titles. For VR enthusiasts, the 8GB of VRAM and the card's ray tracing capabilities give a solid experience without the stutter that cheaper cards can exhibit. That said, the RTX 2080 is now a generation behind the RTX 30 series, and the price difference between this pre-built and a newer card-only build can be narrow. If you're not chasing the absolute top-tier ray tracing performance, the 2080 still offers a very capable experience, but it's not future-proof in the same way a 3080 would be. Storage is where the Legion T730 shows a thoughtful balance. A 512GB SSD boots Windows in seconds and loads games like Doom Eternal in under 10 seconds, while the 1TB HDD acts as a massive catch-all for large libraries, mods, and recorded streams. This combo beats the all-SSD approach for price, but it also introduces a minor inconvenience. You'll need to manage where you install games to avoid filling up the SSD and ending up with slower load times. If you're the type who likes to keep everything on a single fast drive, you might feel the extra step of moving files around, but most users find the trade-off acceptable for the added capacity. Now, let's talk about the physical side of things. The tower is a full-size chassis, with a distinctive Legion aesthetic black with red accents that looks right at home in a dedicated gaming room. It's not the most compact unit, so you'll need a desk that can accommodate its footprint, and a power outlet that can handle the 650W PSU comfortably. Noise is another practical consideration. Under load, the fans ramp up noticeably. You'll hear a low hum that can be heard across a quiet room. If you plan to game late at night or keep the PC in a shared living space, you might want to invest in a fan curve tweak or a noise dampening case mod. For most gamers, that level of noise is expected when pushing a high-end GPU, but it's something to keep in mind if you value a whisper-quiet setup. One of the hidden trade-offs comes from the pre-installed Windows 10 Pro. It's a solid OS for gamers and offers the extra management tools that power users appreciate, but it also means you're locked into Microsoft's update schedule. In practice, the system has been stable, but a few users have reported occasional driver hiccups after major Windows patches. The good news is that the Legion T730's drivers are easy to roll back, and Lenovo's support portal offers straightforward instructions. If you're a fan of clean installs or prefer a Linux environment, you'll need to allocate some time for re-imaging. So, who should buy this machine? If you're a serious gamer who wants a single box that can handle 1440p ultra settings today and still be viable for 4K or VR next year, the Legion T730 checks a lot of boxes. Streamers who need extra CPU cores for encoding, creators who want a reliable workstation that doubles as a gaming rig, and anyone who appreciates the convenience of a pre-built system with a clean Windows install will find real value here. The combination